Alright, welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience, Target Individual Programming. Now, I didn't want to do a video today. Past couple of days I've been home. Pam has been home, so there's no need for me to go over there. She texted me yesterday saying that she was home and, you know, there's no need for me to come. And Ethan was home. Um, And then I was it. What today's date? Today's what? Today is. See, I lose track of time. Let me see. What is today's date? Today, I'm looking through my other phone. Let's see. Let's see the calendar. Let's see here. Hold on now. All right, let me pause this. I'll be back. Okay, yeah, Tuesday. Kind of get my days a little mixed up there. So yesterday, like I said, I got a text from her saying that she was home and that Ethan was home. All right, Ethan didn't go to school. Yesterday was Monday, and then today, Ethan went to school and Alyssa stayed home. So I have been calling the kids from since yesterday. Actually, I spoke to my daughter yesterday. I spoke to Ethan. Or did I? I might have spoke to him. But today I've been calling Alyssa. I've been calling Pam. I call her to make sure that Alyssa at least get her homework done. When I spoke to my daughter yesterday, I had said to her after school that she needs to get her homework done, and also she needs to do 2 chapters of the books that I've gotten her, right, to do exercising, which is the math, ELA, and science. So I called today around minutes to 1. She was like, I'm just waking up. I said, well, I called Alyssa's phone. She's not answering. So I said, okay. I said, tell her I'll call her back. I said, when you get yourself together, I'll call her back. I'll call back 2 hours later. Then she's like, oh, I said to her, I said, can you make sure that Alyssa does the homework that's posted, and also make sure she do work in those books again, right? 2 chapters each. I called back, and she's like, I said, let me take to Alyssa. Alyssa's in the shower. Okay. I said, okay. All right. I'll call back. So I text her. I said, did she do the homework, and did she, do the work in the book? She was like, I don't know. And I said to her, I said, so you're in the house. I understand you're sick, right? But you can't make sure that she does her homework. She's like, no, I'm too sick. I'm like, really, really, you're too sick. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're in an apartment, not like you live in a big house, okay? That you got to walk to the other side of the damn house, right? It's literally, you know, a couple of seconds. You coming out your bedroom or calling her, and telling her to do her homework, right? And then go and check to see that she does it, okay? But no, she's too sick for that. So I just spoke to her, and I said to her, okay, let me speak to Alyssa. Oh, she's not here. Well, where did she go? Oh, she went downstairs. Like the games that they play. When I woke up this morning and I got the text from her, they were trying to bait me into going over there. Yesterday when she texted me, she was like, "Oh, I'm home. I'm sick. You don't need to come." Okay. Again, she texted me this morning, and she's like, "I'm home again. I'm sick. Ethan went to school. Alyssa's home." Okay. So then they were sending me this subliminal message. I'm like, listen, I'm not falling for that shit. I'm not. So they're upset, right? They're upset because, again, using silent sound to try to control me, manipulate me, and that didn't work. And then on top of that, my purchase that I made yesterday was supposed to be sent out today, and all of a sudden, it's been delayed. Okay, again, retaliation, right? This is the shit that they do. This is the type of tactics that they do. The whole subliminal threats and stuff like that, and then using numbers. I think it was earlier today watching a video, and the person said the number two, and then they start using the siren. So the number two was in play today for whatever reason. And what else, if I can remember? Um, I can't remember. It's just I just been trying to relax. I've been trying to. Oh yes, so I walked into the kitchen. Right, I was cooking, and got out my bedroom, walked into the kitchen, and then they immediately hijacked my consciousness. My sister, I guess she was shredding mail. And so all of a sudden, I looked at the shredder, and the let me put it like this. Immediately, my eyes turned towards the shredder, and in my mind, it says shredder. Okay. Now, something is up when you look at certain things, and all of a sudden the names start popping up in your mind. Like usually, I'm sitting down and looking at the chair. I don't say chair. I'm on my computer. I don't say computer. My monitor. I don't say monitor. My air purifier. I don't say air purifier. But whenever they hijack my consciousness, I will say these things out loud in my mind. And then immediately, as I said that, the New York Predator Department started using the sirens. That is silent sound. That is remote neural monitoring. That is hijacking my consciousness, violation of my rights, my sovereignty, my sovereign mind, and the gross violation of my privacy, and particularly in my mind. And they understand the grave ethical violation, the grave human right violation, civil rights violation, and so forth, and they know this. So it is always going to be up to us as TIs to prove what we're saying, because as soon as we start exposing what it is that they're doing, they'll say, okay, well, you're crazy, right? This is what they'll do, and they'll constantly do these things. As long as they can get away with it, and as long as they can make you look like you who are as TIs are victims of their crimes, to make you look like you're the bad guy and they're the good guy when they're not. Okay, it is always to project who they are onto us as TIs, right? Because we are the distraction for society, and society is easily distracted because those in positions of power know exactly how the masses of people think and how to manipulate them. All right. So talk to you guys in the next video.